good to go, then welcome everyone to another Toastmasters Cluj meeting in one of our lovely Tuesday evenings. Welcome. It's really nice to have you all here. And I'm excited to see a lot of people that I haven't met before. So please give us a huge shout out to Juana, to Sergio. I've seen Renata, but Renata's not from the club. So please give a shout out to Renata as well. Welcome everyone and welcome to the meeting. So before we begin, I have a quick little question for you guys. Where have you guys heard of us? How did you hear about Toastmasters Cluj?
I heard about you from a friend of mine.
Ooh, from a friend. That's the best place you can hear about us. If a friend recommends us, then that sounds like a good thing to do and a good place to visit for at least one time.
Yes.
Well, I hope you really enjoy our meetings and I hope you're having an amazing time today, because what will happen is something very special. Our mission here is to create a positive and supportive environment in which all of our members can practice their public speaking skills as well as their leadership skills. All of these lead to personal growth and as well as higher self-esteem. And we do this every Tuesday. We try to meet here as consistently as we can to give you some of the best speeches that a trainee can give. They're all people here who are practicing, who are exercising their public speaking muscles, and they're trying to learn every day. Now, each one of our meetings is different. We follow different themes, we have different speakers of different levels, and we all evaluate each other's. But for each meeting, there's one person who leads the session, who leads the evening. Preparing our meeting for tonight is, well, the second half of a larger meeting. We talked a little bit about being ourselves last time, and when we had our meeting in Romanian. And today in English, we're going to cover a very similar topic. Now, what the exact twist is for this topic and how this meeting is going to go, I have no idea. The person who does know is the Toastmaster of the evening, is our host. And I would like you all to please welcome him with a huge round of applause. Please welcome Răzvan Farkas.
Thank you, Cătălin, for trusting me that I know what is going to happen next. Thank you. Now, as Cătălin has told you before, our meetings are split into two big parts. First, we have the prepared speech part, and the second part is the feedback part. And between these, we have a little bit of impromptu speeches where all of you, guests or members, can have a bite of what the Toastmaster scene means and how it feels to be here on the stage, even if it's in your own home. So today's meeting, maybe you have seen the title in the agenda that I've sent on the chat. If not, let me tell you. Honestly, I kept thinking how to name this second part. And our grammarian nailed it for us today with the word of the evening, self. With this in mind, I want to talk to you about names and how names influence our lives. Now, I'm not going to go into astrology or stuff like that. It is more of a psychological approach to this names theme. In NLP, there is the term anchor, and it represents a certain sensation, feeling, or thought that is triggered by an external factor. Let's take here as an example Pavlov's dog. Have you guys heard of his dog or Pavlov? For those who haven't, well, it's the legend. The story says that Pavlov conditioned his dog so that when he hears the bell, his mouth is already filling with water because he's waiting his meal. And that is a pretty blunt example of anchor. You hear a bell and your mouth is getting filled with water because you know you are going to eat. Now, let's see, maybe the Coca-Cola team. You know that beautiful song that leads some of us to think to Christmas? The big red camion. I'm sorry, my English was having a break there. That leads us to think to Christmas. And any other stuff that makes you think of something or generates something in you is called an anchor. Now, that would be it for the first part of my talk today. And we shall start with presenting our wonderful theme for the evening and our guides for today. First of all, I want to introduce you the general evaluator. Our general evaluator for tonight's evening is Marian Pânzariu, and he will come on stage right now to present his role. With your biggest round of applause, just like the mute people do, Marian.
Thank you, Razvan, for a wonderful introduction. And my role in this meeting is to organize the evaluation team and to pay attention on all the structure of the meetings. Also, during preparing, I talked with evaluation teams. We have technical evaluators and also speech evaluators. Technical evaluators we have for grammarian, for time, and also for egg counter. And for speech evaluator, they have a explicit purpose to pay attention on speaker objective, and in this way to give him some feedback. And also, you are all of us. We are evaluators because we can provide feedback for the speeches. So I encourage you to use our application. We use a website application where we can let some feedback for our speeches from tonight. And also, I encourage you to, during our meetings, to put yourself on mute. And in the same time, you can let the camera online or on to encourage our speakers to have a lovely environment to see on the camera. And during our preparing with Razvan, we had some question to think about for the evening, and for Razvan it was very interesting because and tough to think about it. And what I start to think, I want to ask you just one simple question. What are the qualities of for a good mentor, moderator in an online environment? So what qualities do you need to have? Razvan, please answer my question.
Okay, thank you, Marian, for that question, and thank you for presenting your role. I think good qualities of an online host would be patience, because even though people are all in their houses, some of them are still late for some reason. Maybe their living room is really, really far from their kitchen. I don't know, and they went to grab something. And I don't know how to put this into words, but I think you shouldn't be so harsh on yourself, because you're not getting as much as visual reaction to your presentation as you would do while you are on a live presentation. So I think those two. patience, and the second one, I don't know how to name it, to shorten it in one word. And now, as Marianne has very well pointed out, we have a question of the meeting. Last meeting, the question was about the theme. More exactly, who are you? And to all of your surprises, even though I told you we have different questions for each and every one of you, today we have the same question, guys, because I think that if you send your answer, no, wait, forget my mumbling. You have this question, right? And you have 3 days to think of the answer. It's gonna be a really nice, polished answer that almost everyone will like. But I feel that when you answer on the spot to a question, you'll have a more real and genuine answer. So with that in mind, I want to ask Marianne, who are you? Please, 15-20 seconds maximum.
Good question. Thank you, Rizwan. I will answer very quickly. I am lovely guy that wants to create a conscious world.
Okay. Thank you, Marianne, for this awesome and authentic answer. And now we shall go next to our second technical evaluator of the day, our grammarian. Adi, I would like you to start with answering the question of the evening, who are you? And then you can present your role. With a big round of applause, Adrian Sălășan.
I think the answer pretty much changes every day depending on the roles that I play. So I guess I'm a software engineer, I'm a son, I'm a lover, I'm a teacher, I'm a work in progress, let's say, as a conclusion. Regarding the role that I fulfill tonight, I will try to spot your grammatical errors, but also your creative expressions, and basically encourage you to use language, the technical aspects of the English language, let's say, as efficiently and effectively as possible in order to help you in delivering your message. My second mission for tonight is to provoke you to use a word of the day or night. Today's word is self, as Razvan already mentioned. And if you pin my image, self is a noun which has the plural selves, and it means, in the sense that I chose, it means the set of someone's characteristics, such as the personality, ability, which the characteristics which are not physical and that make that person different from other people. So this is the definition of self. So I encourage you to use this word tonight, and I encourage you to use simple sentences and phrases in order to deliver your message as effectively as possible. This is it. I will come back at the end of the meeting with my report and impressions.
Thank you very much, Adi, for presenting your role and answering the question of the evening. And now our next technical evaluator is the timer, the one who plays with the time during our meetings. Vlad, I would like you to first answer the question of the evening, who are you? And then go on with presenting your role and what do you do here for us tonight. With a big round of applause, Vlad.
Thank you, Razvan. First of all, the question, who am I? I am Vlad, and I try to be honest with my own self with every chance I got, and on the road of being honest to my own self, I try to be honest with others. But most importantly, I try to be honest with myself. My role here tonight as a timer is to help me keep track of our time and develop our ability to keep us on track. With this, I have 3 cards for tonight, with which I will help you keep track on time. For the prepared speakers, for the general evaluator, and for the grammarian, when you have 2 minutes left, I will show you the green card. When you have 1 minute left, I will show you the yellow, and when you have no more time, I will show you the red card. For everybody else, whenever you have 1 minute left, I will show you the green. For 30 seconds left, I will show you the yellow, and for when time is up, I will show you the red card. One more thing for the impromptu speakers, you will have 20 seconds to prepare your speech before you speak. So when time is up, when the 20 seconds are up, I will show you the green card, and then the counting will begin. At the end of this meeting, I will present you my report. Thank you. Răzvan?
Thank you, Vlad. And now, the last but not the least technical evaluator from this evening is our A counter. Claudio, the same way as the others did, I would like you to answer first the question of the evening, who are you? And then go on with presenting your role. Without further ado, on the stage, Claudio Filip.
Hello, everybody. My name is Filip Claudiu, and I will answer the question, who am I? I'm a man that wants to learn many things about this world, and I am trying to do my best every day. I try to manage things today better than I did yesterday. Regarding my role, I am the A counter, and in this evening I will try to be very attentive to all your speeches, and I will note some errors in my report, like the us, maybe repetitions, maybe interjections, anything that can make your speech look not in the best shape. So I encourage you to speak English the best you can, and in the end I will come back and present you my feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudio, for presenting your role. And now, the most awaited part of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, the prepared speeches. Oh my God, incredible. Let's give a round of applause for these great speakers that are really courageous and wanted to have a speech in English. Great, I love the vibes. I see you guys, thank you. And now, our first speaker of the evening with the title of the speech, A Fulfilled Dream, is Iulia Moldovan. Iulia is on the path Motivational Strategies at level 3, and her project is named Connect with Storytelling. As an evaluator for Iulia Moldovan's speech will be Cătălin Bălan. And now, the objectives that Iulia has during this project are: present an established story, a story about the speaker's life, or a fictional tale of the speaker's own objective. Iulia, I don't want you to keep asking yourself about the question of the evening. Don't worry, just do the best that you can with your speech. Without further ado, and a big round of applause from everyone, let's welcome on stage Iulia Moldovan.
At Woodland School, everyone is excited. All over the place, small and big, daring or more refrained animals are writing on maple tree leaves their dreams for the future. It is the day of the wishes. Miss Deer, their teacher, asked them to write on maple tree leaves their dreams and then let them float on the river's water. Every wish, even if you spell it or keep it to yourself, will get carried away by the river's float until it's her time to be fulfilled. Come, little ones, there is enough room for everyone's wishes. The time has come for every little animal to vocalize his wish and then let it flow. I wish to be the fastest climber, says the little square. And then he launched his maple tree leaf in a spectacular jump. I wish to be a chef, says the little bear, while he's licking a honeycomb. He's trying to release his leaf, but it gets stuck on his sticky paws. I will be a tailor, says the hedgehog trustingly. With my needles, I will create the most amazing outfits for all the creatures of the earth. Socks for snakes, mittens for owls, dresses for weasels, and trousers for caterpillars. He's taking a few steps like he's walking on the catwalk, and then he releases his leaf in a graceful movement. It's the snail's turn. Even if he moves as fast as he can, he approaches slowly, very slowly. The others are getting impatient. He should be the last one, a voice whispers from behind. I wish to travel, to visit undiscovered worlds, to discover. In your rhythm, snail, all you will discover is the fern around the corner, says the badger ironically. All the other animals are laughing out loud. The snail is hesitating. What if the badger is right? Says a voice in his head. To travel is what you want. You, the slowest in the forest. This leaf is alive. The snail is preparing to throw his leaf. Not in the river's water, but as far away from it. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on yourself, says Miss Deer approaching. She's catching the leaf and she's returning it to the snail. Then she helps him to release it on the river's float. Every wish will come true if you truly, truly want it. Anything is possible if you want it. Follow me, says the teacher. She's taking out from her bag a very interesting object. It is made from walnut tree leaves, all tied together. On each page, letters by different sizes and shapes seem to play a game, a knowledge game. This is a book, says Miss Deer with a warm voice. By reading it, you can travel wherever you want to go. It only depends on you. What kind of experience do you want to have? But I can assure you that by reading, you will transform. And at some point, you will get your own travel. The snail is taking the book and is looking at it, very confused. Excuse me, mister, but I don't understand. How can these leaves tied together help me travel? Is it possible that they are sewn with the same thread that Aladdin's carpet is sewn with? Miss Dear is smiling. She loves this sincere and curious little being. She takes a seat on the soft forest moss next to the snail, and then she opens carefully the book. Then she starts reading. Leo is a little lion who lives in the African savannah. Every word carries the little snail in a new, unexpected adventure. Letter by letter, page by page, today's reader becomes tomorrow's traveler. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia, for this wonderful speech. And now for everyone, we have the chat right here. I hope you see it's there. And we have a link there with slide.do, where I encourage you for 1 minute, go out there and tell Julia how you felt about her speech. If you feel like there are points where she can improve, please let her know. Vlad, can you help us with 1 minute, please? Thank you. And now, Julia, while we have that minute, who are you?
I am the first speaker of this evening.
Okay.
But my children from kindergarten are saying that I am a loving and caring teacher. My sister says that I am a great listener. My boyfriend says that I'm a sensual woman, but I like to think about myself that I am love, because I like to put love in everything that I do. So I am love.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Okay, the time is up. I suggest you put your last word in there and just press send. Don't worry, Julia is not gonna know who that came from or where that feedback came from. So you're fine. And now our next speaker of the evening is Horatiu Stănculescu. The title of his speech is The Shadow of a Contest. Oh. Horatiu is on the path effective coaching. On level 3, project connect with your audience. The objectives from this project are: present a speech on a topic that is new or unfamiliar to club members to practice adapting during the presentation. Adapt to the audience reaction to maintain engagement. Without further ado, and with a big round of applause, on the stage, Horatiu Stănculescu.
Why does one enter a speech contest? Basically, a Toastmasters speech contest. Prior to this meeting, I've asked some of the audience to fill me in about what motivates them. Their answers were in order to get to know myself better and to develop new abilities, in order to fulfill others' expectations of me, in order to engage my humor and to think back with pride about this day. Also, in order to become a better version of myself and to feel the pressure and anticipation of going to a meeting. Well, there are other benefits, like winning, of course, or You can sign up for a new project to finish your level or path earlier. But there are other hidden benefits. This is a true story. May 2018. On a chilly Saturday morning, I met up with a dude from Toastmasters Cluj, Răzvan, and with two girls from the Republic of Moldavia, and drove to Oradea. There, the Division D contest was being held. On the road, as we were getting closer, I started to think, hey, these are 25 clubs from all of Moldavia and Romania. Oh God, I could feel the pressure of the stage. But while discussing, I feel a little bit relaxed and somehow overjoyed. Something was telling me that something great is going to happen. I could feel it in all my cells. Yes! Then my mind took over and said, yes, I will become the champion. I deserve it. I have plenty of experience. Great! Well, here we are at the contest. The contest was held in Hotel Ramada in a big stage with a big let me see, with big carpets that were so fluffy you couldn't dive into them. Oh, the sheer joy of every step. Well, there I wore my black tuxedo and black trousers that were, for me, were my lucky ones. And when I was chatting with a few colleagues, some speakers approached me and said, hey man, you're great, you'll do awesome. Or, hey man, you're the best, I can't wait to see you perform. And then I turned to a bad poker face. No pressure. Well, 15 minutes prior to the evaluation contest, I was trembling. I was overfilled with anxiety. Then I went to the bathroom to stretch a little bit, to open my mouth and relax my voice. I tried deep breathing in the mirror. It didn't work. Then afterwards, after a 5-minute speech and a 5-minute writing of my evaluation, I was first. Then I got onto the stage and silence. 3 seconds passed. It was a lifetime. My hands were trembling. I couldn't see what I'd written anymore. My mouth was dry and I was rushing to get out of there. So I started. I couldn't even think what I was saying. My voice was stuttering every 2 seconds. So I tensed myself and tried to make sense of what I was saying. Well, what I was saying was good, but the way I said it, well, not adequate for a contest. Well, after that, I went to my seat, and after the evaluation section was over, everyone was there and clapping. I was sitting there, staring. Then came my mentor, with a patronizing voice, told me, hey, young man, you were a little bit nervous. Well, what you said was great. How you said it, it was a big disappointment. There was my mentor, the person that was not trying to uplift me, but at least try to understand me and my emotions. So tears were rushing through my eyes, and I ran outside. Outside was a chilly day. The wind started blowing and it was cloudy. There, between 2 cars and 2 edges, dark thoughts flooded to my mind. Look at you, big speaker. Yes, all of those years of experience. Wasted. Then I somehow managed to take a deep breath in, and then another one with a sigh. And then in the third one, I took my phone out and started typing. I accept myself and I love myself, even though I didn't win. Sudden moment of clarity. Did I wrote this? Oh my God. You know, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, it was just like returning home to the comfort of your own home. A deep joy. I felt warm. It was all sunshine and rainbows. And a big smile flooded my face. And that day and in that weekend, I didn't even manage to take the podium, but I somehow managed to win something better. I feel that I won 1,000 contests. I won a victory over myself and my doubts. So I learned the lesson of kindness, the lessons of patience, the lessons of love, and the lesson of acceptance. So whatever you do, make sure you are steering in the right direction for yourself. And when the time comes, be kind to yourself. You deserve it.
Thank you, Horatio, for your wonderful speech. And now, Vlad, if we may have a minute to give Horatio feedback on the slide.do link that we have there in the chat or here, or I don't know where you see me on your screen. What? I saw a sign there, just wait. All right, now don't wait. The feedback needs to be unleashed. Please go on. And Horatio, while people are unleashing feedback for your speech, I would like you to answer the question of the evening. Who are you?
I would like to quote Chelu from Paraziții. I am a good man with bad intentions. No, but seriously, that was the Joker. No, it's the first part. Well, I am Horatio 6.0. It means it's my 6th year in Toastmasters. So I barely recognize myself. I don't know who I am anymore. I have plenty of roles, just like bird watcher, a VP education, a good man with good intentions. And, well, I don't know who I am actually anymore. I know I'm 6.0 in some eyes, and in some other eyes, I don't know who I am. So we will wait for the future to tell us or tell me who I am. Thanks.
Thank you, Horatio, for your answer. And now the minute of feedback has ended. I hope you've managed to finish your sentence and send it to Horatio. And that being said, this was our prepared speeches section of the evening. Up next will be the table topic session, who is conducted by Nausicaa, which I will not invite on the stage right now because I have a surprise for you guys. And for this surprise, I want to get closer to you and talk to you from the edge of my seat. Now, we have an exercise here. I mean, I have an exercise here because you guys don't have any clue what's going to happen. That will last about 10 to maximum 15 minutes. Remember the anchor part I told you about at the beginning? Now, this is an exercise to find out what sort of anchor do you have on your name. And I was wondering if you guys would like to try this or not. If not, that's okay, but like you need to be open for this. Like really open, and if you choose to go for the exercise, you have to stay for the whole thing, the whole 10 minutes. Now, are there any objections? Okay, I don't see any hands doing this, so I'll say there aren't any objections. And now let's see how many people, like, I'm not trying to shame you here. I just want to see how many people are active right now in the meeting, but because we need you guys to be active and to actually be able to speak with your mouth. So can the people who'd like to join the exercise, I don't know, do a thumbs up or just give me a sign you're alive, you're there, and you want to do this, please. All right, okay, we have Sergio, okay, Andrei. George, are you alive, brother? I'm seeing something. Do you want to partake in this exercise? Okay, great. Now, guys, this will require your full attention and dedication. And what we're going to do next is we split into breakout rooms. Preferably, it's going to be breakout rooms made out of 5 people. I see here that we have 18 participants. So Georgia is 2 times in the meeting, and we have Vlad. Oh, okay, no, we have Vlad too. Vlad too. Can you tell us something? Are you here? Okay.
It's still me. Vlad too, it's me.
Okay. Okay, so we have 16 persons in total. That means we're going to do 4, 4, 4. Now, what I will ask you to do is we each get into our own breakout rooms. Here, one person will be closing their eyes and just listen to what happens in the room, to what people say. And the people that are going to, what are the people going to say is that person's name. All right? So, for example, let's say you're in the room with me, and I'm the one standing on the chair in the middle of you. Now, all you have to do is just say my name at different rates, different speeds, different tones, and all the ways you can think of. And I, as the person who sits on the chair, I just have to observe myself and see what feelings go through my belly or through my chest or through your head. I don't know. And how do they feel? Now, the breakout rooms are going to sound a little weird, and the only sound you're going to have is one word at a time, that being the name. For example, with my name will be like Razvan, 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 Razvan. And I'd suggest you do this in a cycle. So if there are 3 people in the room, besides the person sitting on the chair, each and one of you takes turns into saying that person's name on a different tone or a different volume or different voice. Do you get my point? Did you understand me?
It will be simultaneously in the same time?
No, you keep cycling. So
exactly.
So
And the person in the center will change after a while or not?
Yes, after 2 minutes, we change the person in the center, and the other 3 are going to say its name, and so on until we finish all the persons in a breakout room.
Okay, so
now,
everyone else says our name in the room. So if we're 4 in a room, 3 people say the name of the 4th.
Exactly, exactly. Okay. All the other people are saying your name on different tones, speeds, and variations. Now we have 2 minutes for this, for each of your names, and I would like, if it's possible, in every room that we have a timer. A person who will hold the 2 minutes and just make sure they interrupt the others when the 2 minutes have done, and they change to other person. Now let's see. Catalin, I saw you want to be a timer for your room. Okay, that's great. Anyone else who would like to hold the time? Okay, we have Marianne there and Julia, and I think that's enough because we don't have more people than 3 rooms.
To clarify,
now,
it's 2 minutes per name.
Yes, it's
Okay.
2 minutes per name. And now I will move all of you to breakout rooms, and good luck. Remember, the point when people are saying your name is to observe what you're feeling about your name and maybe about the way your name was said. 3, 2, 1, I'm moving you guys. It's gonna be a slow process, but don't worry, it's happening. All right, we have 4 people there. Sergio, were you here when we explained the rules? I'm sorry. Oh.
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, that's great. We have. All right, people are in their rooms or not. I'm waiting for everyone. Julia, did the join screen appear? Horatio? All right, that's great. We have here Sergio, Ioana. Sunteți aici?
I'm here.
Okay, you're here. Okay, that's great. Do you want to?
I'm here, but I make the photography.
Okay, that's great. Andrada, vrei să participi și tu la exercițiul ăsta?
Yes, you can put me in the room.
Okay, I'll move you to a room. That's great. Look, tell them I said it's okay to have 5 people in a room because we don't have any more rooms.
Okay.
Bloom and Chip. Everybody's slowly showing up. Just an important
Cătălin.
thing to note. Breakout rooms do not get recorded, so you're all fortunate for that.
All right, so you're the first guys back. I want to have a 5-minute feedback session after this, and we'll wait for everyone. We have a room with 5 people because we didn't fit everyone into 4 people rooms, so we'll have to wait a bit more for them.
We have a room with 5 people because of maths.
Exactly, because I'm not good at math. And
Because reasons.
Because reasons, yeah.
Did you do a recount?
What?
I'm just kidding. I don't know. We had fun. I had fun. I found it funny.
That's great.
I went stupid and I found it funny. Honestly, I couldn't stop playing. We were saying things and I was just reacting and playing to those sounds.
Okay, that's okay. That's you. So we have room 2 and 3. I have my own timer, so in about 3 minutes, I think everyone should have finished. We'll see about that.
Then I think this is a good time for a quick break to refill my glass of water.
Please do. Schimbând în română, 1 minut până vin ceilalți, cum a fost pentru voi? Dacă doriți să împărtășiți.
Grammarian will tax you for this.
Don't worry.
Feedback session is after.
Okay, yeah, okay, all right.
It was funny.
Okay. Funny in a productive way, or in a good way, or just funny?
Funny and, I don't know, productive.
Okay.
Thought-provoking, maybe.
Okay, that's my time.
Marian told me that he finished in their room.
Okay.
I don't know why he told me, but he did.
Right, should we move them back then?
They can leave the room themselves, right? So
is that room the largest room?
No.
Well, you cannot move them back. Well, you cannot close one room. You have to close all the rooms.
Yeah, I saw. All right, people are coming back. Hello.
Yes, we are coming back.
Hello. We have one more room.
We had enough time to chit chat.
That's great.
Yes. Thank you for the inspiration, Marian. By the way, I told him Marian.
Okay.
It was like a dedication with salam and gutsa, you know. Seven Nation Army for those who are too tired.
I think they should close or get close to an end in the room 3. And we will...
Did you discuss with Julia if they are close?
No, I did not text her. I don't want to interrupt the flow of the exercise.
Or use the catapult.
Maybe they do not know. They have to leave.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. I didn't mention they have to leave after it's ending, but I figure out it's common sense that we're coming back to the
Feedback
meeting.
from the general evaluator to the Toastmaster.
Depends, you know.
Please
Depends on how many topics can you discuss there in the breakout room.
Yeah. Well, let's see then. I'm going to text them.
Maybe they enjoy too much.
Did you all get the message I've just sent?
Yes, but it's in Romanian. Well, it's okay. It's
no comprende. No comprende.
Oh, see, let me...
I didn't get any message. What are we talking about?
It's a blue one on top of the screen.
Now you should see.
Aha.
Nice. The grammarian saw it in English, so...
There, darn it.
I got out of this one.
Mm-hmm. But someone called you.
So awesome.
Yeah. Now.
You know, the grammarian awakens sometimes.
All right, we're done. Closing all rooms. Oh, they have 60 seconds. All right, now that everyone is here, I would like to have a 5-minute feedback session and just, I don't know, raise your hand if you want to share with us what happened. Did you feel anything? Is your name pleasant to your ears or not? Are you used to it or not? Okay, not everyone, because we can't talk all at once. Okay, we have Adrian here, please.
Okay, so I had 3 different thoughts or experiences. One was laughter. I found it funny. Secondly, I came to the realization that just like everyone says your name differently during this exercise, the perception of everyone else may also be different in the same way. So you are to everyone around you a slightly different person than you are to yourself, probably. And thirdly, yeah, I was thinking and I felt like I have some really talented potential voice actors in ToastmastersCluj Club. A lot of vocal variety.
Okay, thank you, Adi. Now, Claudio, please.
Yes, so
we have, oh wait, I was...
I want to make the applause
okay.
for him, but okay, I can say some words. For me was some pleasant, some unpleasant, because some of them was so crying, some another spell my name with a gentle voice, and I feel pleasant. I feel finally totally, for me it was really nice, because it was like vocal, very pleasant vocal variety for my point of view.
Okay, thank you. And now, Claudio, feel it?
Yes, so I like the experiment very much. I had the experience that my name is very pleasant to hear. I think it's everyone should feel that, because it's like a connection between the other person and you. It's like a connection, and I think the simple saying of the name represents something very valuable. I liked it because the voices were very calm. Maybe I didn't like the voices would had I don't know, a more aggressive tone, but it wasn't the case. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now
And
we
now-
have Horatio and
Yeah.
one more person.
Thank you.
And I see Sergio there.
I could feel their emotions behind my name. It was awesome. And even in Zoom, I could feel it. So great vocal
Nice.
variety. And a shout out to Claudiu Nemes that closed his eyes. I didn't think about that. So it's even better. Thank you. In the future, I will do this. Thank you.
That's great. Sergio?
It was an interesting and fun experience. It was nice hearing my name so many times. And depending on the tone, I felt like I was back in childhood and my mother would try to wake me up for school.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And my own timer here has 1 more minute left. So if there's anyone else who'd like to share with us today, now is the time. If not, we can go on. That's no problem. 5 seconds. Let me just. Okay, we have Vlad there, and that will be it. Vlad?
I liked it a lot. I realized that my name is super short and concise. It's 4 letters and that's it. It's done. But overall, at the beginning, I realized that I have a dumb smile on my face, and I've tried to erase it from my face, but I think I actually succeeded, and I felt the pressure. I don't know why. I felt the pressure on my forehead, and I was thinking, is it because everybody is saying my name? I felt this pressure. Anyhow, after 2 minutes ended, my pressure disappeared, and that was it. Overall, I liked it.
Thank you. I'm glad. And now, this being said, this was the exercise. I hope there was some food for thought there, and maybe you got something out of it. And now, going next with our table topic session, the long-awaited table topic session, our master for the evening is Nausicaa Petrescu. Nausicaa, please, before you enter the stage, after you enter it, first answer the question of the evening, who are you? And then tell us more about your role and the section you're guiding. In your applause, Nausicaa Petrescu.
Well, who am I? It depends who you ask. If you ask me, I'm the awesomest person you know. So, going along with the table topic session, in this section, anyone can deliver a prepared speech, an impromptu speech, actually, not a prepared one. I prepared some topics, 9 topics. We'll see if we have time for them all. Each participant has 20 seconds to think about what they're going to say and to organize their ideas, and 2 minutes to deliver the speech. I hope our timer will help us by showing the green card when you have 1 minute, the yellow card when you have 30 seconds left, and the red card when you have no time left. Good. I encourage you to use the word of the evening, which is self. And I am looking forward to hearing your speeches. So, who would like to deliver an impromptu speech?
Me.
Okay, Horatio. We have.
I feel I haven't spoken. Yes. Please.
We have we have 9 topics, from 1 to 9. What number do you choose?
The 7th one.
7. Your boss calls you and tells you he killed by accident one of his employees, a colleague of yours you could never stand, and he asks you to go help him reframe the crime scene. What do you do? Should I repeat?
Please.
Your boss calls you and tells you he killed by accident one of his employees, a colleague of yours you could never stand. He asks you to go and help him reframe the crime scene. What do you do?
So to alter the crime scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have 20 seconds to think and 2 minutes to deliver the speech. Good luck.
Hello, George. Yes. What did you do? Oh, poor Victor. But how? Giorgio breaking up. Oh, we will meet in person. Okay, so George comes to my office. So, George, it has come to this. I never liked that guy anyway. You want me to what? Alter the crime scene. You know, any man has a price. So please, fill my bank account and we'll discuss business. Only the two of us. This looks like a greater job. Maybe we can ask Mary from the accountability. Why not? If she can keep a secret, of course. No problem. Well, after we are digging there and digging, we hear, woo, 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 woo. My God, and we run to the hills. Metallica plays in the background. Well, it will be a long night, but you know, even if the wolves don't eat us till morning, maybe it was worth it, George. I want to tell my kids or my grandkids the story, hopefully. So hold your shovel and let me sleep. And then afterwards, we will grab a beer or something for the poor dead man's soul. Thank you.
Thank you, Horatio. Who wants to be the second one? Remus, I know why you're here. Okay, you can choose between 1 and 9 without 7.
3.
What, 3?
3.
Okay, Remus. This is not a topic for you, but...
Well, then give me a topic for me.
Okay, thank you very much. You wake up in prison. How did you get there? Should I repeat?
No. I got it. Exactly. I was somewhere remote with a bunch of friends. And what do you do when you have no internet? And well, we had electricity, but like no TV and other stuff. You play Mafia. And we started playing and everything was nice. Except that, well, you know, some of my friends are really sore losers. Well, not like you fine people. I know that you're very fair play and always respect the rules of the game. Well, my friends were really frustrated because I kept winning. And they started cheating, but I kept winning even then. So, what do you know? They started plotting with the narrator. The narrator kept feeding me false clues just in order for me to lose. Can you believe that? I mean, can you? How many times did the narrator go wrong in a Mafia game? No, Sika, you don't answer that because you know already. So at one point, I just decided I'm gonna be the narrator and feed them false news. So what I did, and this is something that I actually do in real mafia games, I took out the cops and the mafia. They were all citizens, and I just left the doctor there to distract them. And they just couldn't figure out what happened. They just couldn't agree on anything. They were all citizens and they thought that someone was guilty and they kept accusing themselves. Well, we didn't manage to finish the game because they started fighting. And when the police came, they all blamed me. That's how I ended up in prison.
Good story there. Thank you very much, Remus, for being here.
I came for you, Nausicaa. I came for you.
I know, thank you. And this is for you. Good. Who wants to be next? Oh, come on, people. I know you want to deliver an impromptu speech. Okay, Claudio. You can choose between 1 and 8 and without 7.
4.
4 will be. You can predict the future, how you will see yourself in 10 years. Should I repeat?
Yes, please.
You can predict the future, how will you see yourself in 10 years?
Well, now it's now, of course. Tomorrow it's tomorrow, of course. And 10 years after now, I hope I will also be here. What I want to do then? Well, as you know, I'm a public speaker. Now I speak in front of a camera. Outside, it's pandemic. People cannot join each other. But things will change. Tomorrow, it will never be the same. In 10 years, I hope I will be in Cluj Arena. Why? I want to play football? No, I'm too old for that. I'm over 30 years. No, of course not. I want to play some heavy sport. I want to run. I don't think so. It's too late for that. But what I want to do there? Well, my dream is to be there and speak, of course, because I'm a public speaker, in front of a whole stadium without masks and without distance, without social distancing. I want the stadium to be full, and I want to talk about hope, about love, about human connection, and about everything that's good in this world. I want to bring positive energy to the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claudio. Who wants to be the next speaker? How about Catalin? Okay, Catalin, you can. Sorry.
The first available number.
Okay, it will be 0. No, it's the first subject. This is Razvan's actually. It was his idea. You wake up one morning and everything around you is unknown. You don't recognize your room. You have 2 roommates you don't know, but they act like they know you. How do you react? Should I repeat?
Please repeat it for everyone. And while I think again.
You wake up one morning and everything around you is unknown. You don't recognize your room. You have 2 roommates you don't know, but they act like they know you. How do you react? You have 20 seconds more to think about. it.
It feels strange to think that this is a difficult question, that we're in a weird spot where we would have to fix a scenario where we don't recognize anyone in the room once we just woke up. But then you realize that we've all been there. We've all actually been in this scenario. We've all woken up in a dream in a weird place where we're just there and we fit in, where something just happens, you're in the middle of it, and you're already somehow enjoying yourself and knowing the people around you. And I've been in this dream several times, most often waking up somehow thinking that I'm back in Denmark or back in a different apartment or sometimes in a really weird new place. And what do? You go with the flow. You talk with Jim, talk with Steve, and you make a plan. And they say that they want to rob a liquor store while playing Mafia. And you're, okay, let's go rob a liquor store while playing Mafia. This has to be a dream. Nothing wrong can happen. It's probably still a dream. So you go out there, you go into the liquor store, you pick up a few beers, and you take everything out, and you threaten the clerk, and then you realize that, whoa, something's wrong, that no one's waking up, the cops are showing up, and that you're still stuck in real life. And 2 minutes later, you realize that you're in the same cell as Remus for thinking that you're just in a dream.
Thank you very much, Cătălin. Who wants to be our last speaker? We have time for only one more speech. Who wants to be the lucky one? Oh, come on, I know you want to deliver a speech. Adrian.
Yes.
What number?
Oh, come on, always motivates me.
So you raise your hand just to tell me that. Okay.
Yeah, number 2.
Okay, I'm not gonna tell you the numbers you can choose between. Okay. Number 2 will be, someone calls you and asks you, how did you get rid of the body? We're talking about a dead body. What do you tell them? Should I repeat? Someone calls you and asks you, how did you get rid of the body? What do you tell them?
Okay, well, I probably am going to ask them their name and who they are, and how do they know that my poor little puppy Steve died yesterday? Because obviously I had to bury him this morning actually, and even though it seems like I'm fairly happy for a guy who just suffered this terrible loss, the reason is that he was chewing all my shoes and peeing in my bed all the time. So I got sick of that poor little puppy. And coincidence has it that he actually died of old age combined with some drugs from my neighbor. So yeah, I guess this is the real reason why my puppy Steve died, and also the conversation I'll have with that unknown person who calls me and asks me about the body. Obviously, given the fact that I'm in Bucharest, I don't have a backyard right now, so I still had to commit some crimes, in the sense that I dug his grave in a public space, and obviously this had to happen after, what was the hour when we can't go outside? After 11, yeah. So behind the building at 11:30, yeah, I broke the law like this. But the guy on the other end of the line doesn't need to know this. I'm just telling you. I'm sharing this with you. Hopefully you will keep it amongst ourselves.
Thank you very much, Adrian. This was not what I was thinking about, but oh well, it was your speech. Good. So you can vote now. The boys, one of the boys who delivered the speech. In the order of appearance, they were Horatiu, Remus, Claudiu, Cătălin, and Adrian. You can vote on slip.do, and you should have a link. You have a link in the chat. Thank you very much and have a very nice evening.
Thank you, Nausicaa, for this wonderful impromptu speech section. And now we're going to the next section, the one that we're all here for, the feedback section. Guys, it's time to grow. And not because of water, but because of feedback. You're right. Now, let me invite on the stage Marian Pânzariu, our general evaluator.
Thank you, Răzvan, for a wonderful introduction. And yeah, this section is the most important and beautiful because we start to grow. And tonight we start our report with evaluation from the speech evaluation. So we can start with the first one. The first one, it was on Iulia Moldovan speech. And the evaluator, it is Cătălin Balan. And I would invite Cătălin to present his evaluation. So Cătălin.
Thank you very much, Marian. I want to say that I've learned today that you can make socks for snakes. And that is an amazing thing to know, that snakes can wear socks. But jokes aside, today we've listened to an absolutely amazing story written and performed by Iulia Moldovan in this evening. A story about traveling and about how reading can help us become better and travel. That being said, I think you did an amazing job at delivering this story. And I think you did a great job using the power of your voice and of your emotions in your speech, sticking a lot of times to awe and surprise and dropping down to places a little bit of doubt and quieter voices when needed, when problems occurred with the characters and when things had to be solved. And I want to congratulate you on your use of your voice today in the speech to keep us all engaged. That was very, very good, and I absolutely loved it. I also want to congratulate you on your rich use of language. You actually used a lot of creative expressions. I mentioned socks for snakes before. This leaf is a lie. I mean, I'm taking over what the grammarian's normally going to tell you, but you had a lot of decorative expressions, especially in the introduction and in the first half of your speech when you were setting the stage. I think that helped in getting us engaged and in taking us into the story so that we could follow along and understand what's going on. That being said, I think it was really easy to follow. It was a very simple story. The snail was late. He's slow. He wants to travel. He can't. And the teacher helps him by showing him how to read. I think the one place where you can improve this story is regarding the conclusion. I felt like there was not a lot of resolution to the story. The teacher showed up. It told the snake what it had to do and how reading worked, but it didn't really feel like the snake learned the snail learned anything. One way you could do this a little bit better is tie up the conclusion with some experience of the snake before, right? He was late. The story might be about being late or about something interesting. Or there's some characteristic that the snake shows up and expresses in his language, and the story at the end, even though it is about travel, links back to that little setup that you would set up before. That would help fill in the story and on a much stronger conclusion that rounds everything up, and it feels like, hey, the problem wasn't just solved out of thin air, the problem was related to the character. I repeat, I think it was really engaging. You used your voice very well, and you had a great use of creative expressions to decorate your speech. I think you can work on the composition just a little bit so that it doesn't feel like the problem just gets solved out of thin air. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine, for your strong report of evaluation of Julia's speech. So we'll continue forward with the next evaluator, and it is George, and it will evaluate Horatiu Stănculescu's speech. So George, please take the stage.
Hello everyone. Tonight it's all about connecting with your audience. We heard tonight an amazing speech, and my evaluation, it's all about connecting to the audience, because this is the main point, main objective of Horatiu's speech. First of all, please make a reaction or make a thumbs up, or what do you want? How many of you felt connected with Horatiu during his speech? I would like to see it, and it would help Horatiu a lot. Please make a thumbs up or something to see it. Wow, I can see that a lot of people. Okay, thank you, thank you. Dear Horatiu, I enjoyed so much your speech, and I'm going to talk about two things that I loved very much, and one thing that I believe you can improve your speech. First of all, you have amazing storytelling skills. I love the drama. I love the warmness in your voice. I love the structure. It was so easy to follow. And I can say a lot of stuff, a lot of other stuff as well. The number one thing that I really enjoyed is the vulnerability. Every time that I personally connect to someone, even if it's a speech, even if it's a speaker or one-on-one conversation, is every time when someone can become vulnerable. And I really felt that tonight you shared with us something very vulnerable to you, and I loved it very much. The thing that I believe you can really improve on is the rhythm, because for me, you know, connecting with an audience or with someone have to be something related to emotion and the way you speak. And as I said, I loved your vocal variety and so on and so forth. And I believe a great speech should start, you know, because you use a story, and the story, you know, has a beginning, the action is building up, and you have a climax, and then you go to the end. And if I draw something, it looks like this, you know, you can see the climax. And what I want to share with you is I felt like your speech looks like this. I mean, I felt like a lot of the same beat. I felt like a little climax, a little going down with your voice. For instance, you said, just a second. You said something like this, and I got to the stage, and the silence, or I accept myself, I love myself, even if I fail. And I find that pattern during your speech, and you know, I felt like it's okay to do it once or twice, but I felt that you did it you repeated it so much. I felt like your speech was going very horizontally, and I really encourage you to, you know, to choose one big drama somewhere that we can really connect to that, and really have a lot of pepper, put a lot of pepper on that, so that we can really feel it and imagine it. So basically that's it. So to wrap things up, I love the storytelling, I love the vulnerability, and I believe if you can really create a greater rhythm, it will be an awesome speech. Congratulations, Horatiu. See you next time.
Thank you, Georgie, for your evaluation. And we'll continue forward with the next part with the technical evaluators. And also from my perspective, myself, I I consider not to be very good on a grammarian, so we'll start with that. So I will invite Adrian to present his report. Adrian?
Okay. As I mentioned at the beginning, I was encouraging you to use the noun self. Some of you did, some of you didn't. So I will mention the ones I heard using that noun. But let's start with our president, Cătălin. During your introduction, I found you were very fluent and you had good, clean English, no mistakes. Răzvan, as the Toastmaster, was a wonderful and a warm host for us. Regarding your English, I liked your usage of partake in some context. You said bravo for this. You were mentioning to partake in this exercise that you led. Then I noticed some patterns, let's say, sometimes in your pronunciation and sometimes in the way you use certain words. For example, you tend to use answer instead of answer as a pronunciation. I encourage you to maybe listen to native speakers and try to record yourself for this in order to improve pronunciation. I noticed some small grammar mistakes. The big red camion, it was truck for Coca-Cola truck. Then you mentioned you were talking about Claudiu and mentioned the same way as the others did, but I encourage you to use in the same way as the other did when you are comparing to something else. Then you used singular for these great speakers where you were supposed to use plural for these great speakers. And what else? Yeah, this is about it. Otherwise, I thought your English is easy to understand and clear enough. Marian, I thought your English was a bit more choppy, lots of interruptions, and I, as a general advice, I would like to suggest you use shorter sentences, because when the phrases get really long, you get stuck and it's tricky to follow you. So a few suggestions, small grammar mistakes. You use the expression to pay attention on all the roles of the meeting. I would suggest that to pay attention to all the roles of the meeting is more appropriate. Then you use the expression, we can let some feedback. I would advise we can give some feedback for our speeches tonight. You at some point mentioned during our preparing with Răzvan. I think you meant to say during our preparation for the meeting. And this is about it. You tended to use a lot of hyperbolic language, which was good, positive, like thanking Răzvan for his wonderful introductions during transitions and so on. I also found your "I'm a lovely guy who wants to create an authentic world" sentence. I found it very creative. Vlad, congrats on using self, the word of the evening. And I liked the fact that you said, I'm Vlad and I try to be honest with myself. I thought your English was good and clean. You explained your role. My role is to help me keep track of time or something like that. I found that a bit complicated, but creative. Claudiu, in his technical evaluator role, also had a creative answer. I'm a man that tries to do things better today than I did yesterday. I thought during that expression you used better that I did yesterday instead of better than. So pay attention. I'm not sure if that's the case. At least that's how I heard it through Zoom. Julia, too many creative expressions to mention and very creative language. The nature of your speech was appropriate for this. You mentioned writing on apple tree leaves, writing their dreams on apple tree leaves. You used I'm not sure how to name that language construct, but use the language letter by letter, page by page. Today's reader becomes tomorrow's traveler. Very creative language. I noticed a couple of mistakes. You will get your own travel. I think it's more appropriate to use you will get your own trip in that context rather than your own travel. And you switched the order of some words during one sentence. Opens carefully the book. I think in English it's more correct to say opens the book carefully. Horatio, I thought your English was mostly correct and easily understandable, with some small mistakes. Why does one enter speech contest? You were meant to use the plural there, the speech contests in general. And you used the expression their answer were, rather than their answers, the plural were. I also noticed a direct translation from Romanian. You used I tensed myself. I think you thought m-am încordat and you translated it to English directly. In the context, I tensed myself and I tried to make sense of what I was saying that during your speech at Oradea. Table topics, people, if you want, reach out after the meeting and I will give you feedback because I'm already going over my time. Catalina, as the evaluator, very clean again and creative language. You've learned today that you can make socks for snakes, and you used congratulations on a rich use of language. It's really unusual on your part also usage of the term rich in this case. And Nausicaa, as table topics master, thank you for using the self word of the day, even though it was in the context of encouraging others to use it. Evaluator number 2, George. I love the figure of speech, putting a lot of pepper on your story. You also used past tense when you were supposed to choose present tense at some point. Encourage you to choose is what you said. I encourage you to choose was more appropriate. And you use the expression one thing that you can improve your speech. I think more correct. The correct version would be one thing that you can improve in your speech. And yeah, this is about it. I'm way over time, so I'll stop here. For further feedback, I have notes. Thanks.
Good, thank you, Adrian, for your report. And we'll continue forward with the next one. And it is a counter, Claudio. So please give us your report, Claudio.
Thank you very much, Marianne, for introducing me. So my name is Claudio and I will present you my report. I will try to be as fast as I can and give you positive feedback. Cătălin, as the president, congratulations. I didn't notice any mistake in this presentation. Răzvan Farkas, as the Toastmaster of this evening, I noticed 3 E's and only one repetition, the, 4 mistakes. Congratulations. Marian Punzariu as the general evaluator. I noticed only 4 O's. I recognize that I didn't pay so much attention at the end, but congratulations. I think you had a fluent speech. Adrian Sălășan as the grammarian. You had a very long intervention, so it's normal that you had a little bit more mistakes, many Us, I think 10 plus. You had some word prolongation, to, I, something like that, and some repetition, how to, something like that. Vlad, as the timer of this evening, you had no Us in, I didn't hear it, only 2 repetition, keep, and the. Okay, as the speakers, Iulia Moldovan, as the first speaker, you had a great speech, and I didn't notice any mistake. You had a fluent speech. Congratulations. The second speaker, Horatiu Stănculescu, the same as Iulia, almost perfect. I only managed to notice a few repetition. Something like that. You had a little pause somewhere in your speech. Third, Nausicaa Petrescu as table topic master, fluent speech, only 1 and 1 repetition, the. Okay. As the impromptu speeches, I will try to be fast. Horatiu Stănculescu, anything. Remus, only lip smacking. Myself, I didn't, you will tell me, of course. Cătălin, a few Us. Adrian, a few Us. And as the general evaluator, Cătălin Bălan, 2 Us and a little bit of repetition, voice, a little bit of hurrying the speech. I will recommend you have a great English, but I recommend you to be more aware of it, maybe because you're so good. You have the tendency of not being so attentive, maybe. George, 10 plus Us. You had a few Us, and I recommend you to pay more attention. This was my report. Thank you very much for your speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudio, for your report, and we'll continue forward with the next one. And let's see how we managed the time. So, Vlad, please take the stage.
Thank you very much, Mariana. So I've just started my stopwatch as well. I'll part my report into 2 parts. I will congratulate, firstly, the ones that spoke in their given time. It was Iulia Moldovan, Horatiu Stănculescu from Impromptu, Claudiu Filip at Impromptu, Cătălin Bălan as a speech evaluator as well at Impromptu, and Adrian Sălășan at the Impromptu speech. The ones that didn't keep track of their time was Horatiu Stănculescu. You spoke 7 minutes and 53 seconds out of 7 minutes. Remus Toderici, you spoke 2 minutes and 19 seconds out of 2 minutes. George Blaga is a speech evaluator. You spoke 4 minutes out of 3. Claudiu Filip as an A counter. You spoke 3:43 out of 2 minutes. And Adrian Sălășan, you spoke 8 minutes and 27 seconds out of 5 minutes. At the moment, it's 8:50 p.m. We are way out of our time, and this is because of the fun exercise that Razvan made us play. And this was my report. If you want to know the exact time, the ones that deliver their speeches in their given time, I just give me a message and I'll tell you. Thank you. Marian?
Thank you, Vlad, for your very fast report. So I will continue my report very quickly. So I will start with our president, Cătălin. You present our mission. Also, you talk with our guests. What I recommend is to re-announce that we recorded the session, and also to talk more guests. For Toastmaster, Razvan, I like that you present our session today very friendly and very authentically, and it was very nice, your exercise. I have just one recommendation for this, two recommendations for your exercise, to limit your time. Maybe it will be good to have 1 minute and not 2 minutes. This is my perspective. And also to remember to leave the rooms when our time is out from the practice. Good. So next one, grammarian Adrian, you are amazing. So on the start, on your presentation, it was very smoothly. And what I have to recommend you is just to pay attention on number of example. Just try to limit on one at least, and maybe it will be better to let other examples for after the meetings. For the timer, yeah, I like that you present very fast, Vlad, your mission. And what I like to improve next time is to tell on what time we started, because we started with 7:05, so it was a little bit delayed. For a counter, Claudio, Philip, I like that you present very nice your mission. What I pointing out is that you use the word errors. It will be better to replace it with mistakes, and this way it will not put too much pressure on the speech. Good. Table topics master, Nausicaa, congratulations for your presentation and different type of subjects. What I want to pay attention is to have a good bridge between the theme of the meetings and also your creativity, because it'll be nasty between crime and self time to time. Good. For first evaluator, Cătălin, I love your presentation, your report, and it was very precise and very exactly. Congratulations. For George, congratulations for your report. What I like that you create a not matrix, just a graphic for a variation of Horatio's speech. That was wonderful to create a bit of perspective. What I like to see more in your speech is to summarize maybe much more what Horatio did very well in his speech and what he need to improve next time. So this is my report. We a little bit delayed with, I guess, 26 minutes. And I will let Răzvan to continue the presentation.
Thank you very much, Marian, for your report. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for, the table topics winner. Please make a big whoa, and the winner is Adrian. Please, sir, come here in front on the stage next to me. Oh my God, can you please unmute? Thank you.
Yeah, I can.
That
I can.
was wonderful.
If I can bury dogs, you don't think I can unmute?
I don't know. We have different skills, so I don't know what you're good at. Now, did you enjoy it here on the stage with us?
Yes, it was very fun and slightly crazy
and
on the stage.
The same sort of typical question. What would you tell the people who didn't have the guts to come here in front today, to change their gut feeling, or maybe to change their, make them...
I would encourage them to go to their local Mega or Carrefour and buy some guts.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you, Adrian. And now I have a bit of homework for you guys, because the time I didn't really organize this meeting that strict in time. We're running a bit off and late. So I want you that maybe after this meeting ends, or when you have time, or don't do it at all. Honestly, I'd like you to do it, but I couldn't care less if you wouldn't do it. So next time you have some 5 minutes, I want you to sit on the chair and close your eyes and think of your name. Just try to bring it in front and see, how does your name look like in your mind? How does it, is it really big? Is it really far away? Is it really close to you? And if you don't like something on your mental representation of your name, just imagine that you can pick a brush or a shovel or a pen or whatever you want and modify it so it will be as you desire. And with this being said, I like you guys. I hope you have a nice evening, and we will be back with our president to close this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you all, and thank you very much, Răzvan and Marian. So everyone, let's just please take our mics off of mute and give them a proper round of applause. The one that we can hear all the way in the entire country. Just go for it, guys. Congratulations on an amazing English meeting. Congratulations. I had an absolutely amazing time. But how did you guys feel? How did you guys feel at this meeting? Come on, let us know. Especially the people who are joining here either for the first time or visiting us from other clubs. You see a few mics off. Maybe you guys want to say something. Yeah, Bogdan.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you again. Some of you I know, some of you I see for the first time. Glad to see that the energy is always up and you're looking great, all of you. And thanks for the joke, Adrian, with the gut. Really good one. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much, Bogdan. Do you have any ideas on feedback on things we might want to improve through our little meetings?
Sadly, I joined the meeting a bit late, a bit tardy, so I don't have any feedback for now, but maybe in the future.
Thank you very much, then, and we will go on with doing what we do best. Anyone else wants to say something?
Something.
Something. Does
Yes.
something continue into a little bit of
Yes, of
feedback, my
course.
friend Horatiu?
Thank you, Cătălin. Well, I come from Sibiu, you know, from far away. But, you know, I didn't know what to expect about this meeting, a surprise thing. But I thought I could go and participate. So I have faith in the power of the members to surprise me and to deliver some kind of top-notch quality. Yes, English back on track, thank you. So it's very nice. High energy, it's just like you all are in my living room, so well, the Zoom is only a tool. The heart is the one that dictates the connection. My God, write this down, please. It's once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime quote. Thank you very much, Horatiu. And I want us to keep the energy up, and I want us to welcome all your feedback. It's going to show up soon. But let's just get rid of all the administrative announcements, and then we keep on the stage open for as many hours as you guys want to go with feedback and having a little bit of chat, right? So in terms of administrative announcements, I think it would be best to switch to Romanian. Și aș vrea să încep aici cu să vă reamintesc că aceste ședințe sunt înregistrate, după cum a spus Marian. Îmi cer scuze că n-am prezentat la început. Folosim toate înregistrările.